Look, I got Zafiro.
Hey everybody, it's the Malmadius back again doing another Better Call Saul analysis video. Season 6 is finally here, and of course we're looking at that Zafiro Añejo Bottle Stopper from that cold open. It's established as a recurring motif all the way back in the opening of Season 2, and I suppose more specifically in the Season 4 episode Salud of Breaking Bad. Now, why would the last season of Better Call Saul, and possibly even the last season to exist in the Breaking Bad universe, start with this emphasis of that bottle stopper? Well, that's what we're going to answer today. To start with, let's establish the bottle stopper as it exists in context to the overall scene. Thus far, every episode of Better Call Saul has started with a prolonged black and white opening, meant to bookend Jimmy's story with the inevitability of his days as a fugitive from the law, living in Omaha as Gene Takovic. These scenes emphasize the long, drawn-out aspects of Jimmy's new life, all the color literally ripped from his existence. And they haven't really played much of a role in terms of furthering some type of overarching plot until Season 5. Here we see Gene's finally found out by some creep named Jeff, and we have no idea what's going to happen until the Season 6 opening. However, when Season 6 starts, the show subverts our expectations by starting in black and white as we'd expect, and we think that the Gene storyline will naturally pick up where it left off in Season 5. However, it turns out that while this is indeed still a flash forward, we're only flashing forward enough to show the destruction of Saul Goodman as we see him in Breaking Bad. The camera swoons over Saul's extravagant, flashy home lifestyle that we never got to see in Breaking Bad. And I've already seen a billion comments analyzing the piece de resistance in Saul actually owning a golden toilet. But we're focused on this stopper for today. I'll leave all of you to discuss the toilet yourselves. We see the Saul Goodman operation is in shambles, and in the end of the opening, we finally see the stopper fall out of a drawer and land in the curb right outside of Saul's house, as presumably the last memento that Jimmy decided to keep in his Breaking Bad days. That's all that I saw from this opening, but let me know if you saw any more Easter eggs. I know the crew loves hiding them in there. So that's the surface level read of this scene, and I'm sure anyone watching, even if you had never watched Better Call Saul before, would be able to identify the stopper as something significant enough to possibly lead someone down this path, and important enough to his identity to keep for all these years. But now on to the stopper itself, and I'm stealing a page from the O-Logical channel, but it's really never a bad idea to look at the color of the thing when talking about Better Call Saul. The stopper is in this beautiful golden hue, which consistently characterizes things in either moral transgression — think of Jimmy's outfit when he finally legally introduces himself as Saul Goodman by painting the state's prosecution in such an ugly and fraudulent light — or it characterizes things that are just plainly outright evil. Think of all of Mexico, apparently. But back to this golden stopper. This was Jimmy and Kim's reward for scamming that one money-hungry guy into paying for a whole bottle worth of $50 shots of Zafiro Añejo. Afterwards, Kim has always kept that bottle stopper as a kind of memento to how good she and Jimmy work as a team, especially when they're acting in transgression of authority, whether it be the law or other powerful figures. Kim typically pulls out this bottle stopper when she wants to bring out this transgressive pair that seems to work so well together. Notice in Season 4 when she tries to help Jimmy through mourning the loss of his brother, she pulls out a different bottle of Zafiro they bought previously. Jimmy's brother Chuck was the last person really keeping him grounded in this legal side of the law, and notice Kim is the one who finishes the bottle after approving the obituary. If you focus closely on this scene, her stopper is completely absent in this case, since she herself is not acting in such a reprehensible way. And this is the sort of counterexample to illustrate my point here. This seemingly unstoppable force is ultimately what gets her to quit her lucrative job at Schweikart & Coakley. The trauma from worrying about Jimmy's safety in the desert may have indeed been the catalyst, but the actual justification she gives is that she wants to move forward and officially establish their duo as a full legal force, something you'll remember she was vehemently opposed to earlier in the series. However, at this point, she fully believes in the power that she and Jimmy possess as a corrupted pair, using that dream of a fully pro bono office space as some sort of utilitarian justification for their twisted means. And just as she said she would at the finale of Season 5, she is fully committed on destroying Howard's reputation with Jimmy for a chance of building that future, no matter how dirty she gets. But of course, based on the cosmic justice governing the Breaking Bad universe, perhaps we should temper our expectations. What's interesting is that at the end of Season 5 and in this opening of Season 6, we see that Jimmy is noticeably unnerved by Kim's enthusiasm to completely destroy Howard's character in such a public fashion. And when we see Jimmy try to act on their plan, he doesn't seem to be fully convinced it's something that he wants to do. He seems to only be doing it for Kim, hollowly living through this Kim and Jimmy story that would normally light up his whole world. I mean, his last words of Season 5 echo that sentiment perfectly, don't they?
Kim, doing this, it's not you. Okay, you would not be okay with it. Not in the cold light of day. Wouldn't I?
Now, remember back in the opening when I said any viewer can interpret the stopper as a stand-in for Saul, even if you've never seen Better Call Saul before? Well, longtime viewers know that that's not entirely true. Jimmy's pinky ring has always been his stand-in, representing the Slippin' Jimmy part of his past that governs so much of his identity in the present. This bottle stopper has always been used to specifically paint Kim in this criminal light. So why do we then see this bottle opener in the Saul Goodman household in the future? Either Kim is living there too as Kim Goodman, let's say, which honestly at this point I find hard to imagine. I mean, it's like Huel said when they finally got married.
She gonna be a McGill or Goodman?
Wexler.
What I think is more likely, in fact, their Kim and Jimmy days end in some unforeseen tragedy yet to come throughout Season 6, and the bottle stopper is passed on to Jimmy when that finally happens, in essence completing his transformation into Saul Goodman. So keep an eye out for whenever that bottle stopper finally changes hands in Season 6. That's when the Saul Goodman we know will finally emerge. Okay, so we've talked about the color of the thing and how it represents moral significance in terms of the characters. The last thing I want to mention is how the thing is shaped. Look at the spikes on this bottle stopper, how sharp and jagged they are. Reminds me of the inflatable arm-flailing tube man that inspires Jimmy's sharp wardrobe change in Season 2, and really sets him on course to burn legitimate bridges of the law and dive headfirst into his own practice with his own shady clients. It also reminds me of the spikes on the Lady Liberty inflatable that dominated his crooked law office. So the bottle stopper fully encapsulates his journey as Jimmy McGill into Saul Goodman through its ownership by Kim Wexler. Did I lose you? Believe it or not, there's actually a lot more I could say about this bottle stopper, but we're out of time for today. If you thought of anything you could say to add to this discussion, I love hearing from all you guys in the comment section below. And if you've caught up to the series so far, please watch my analysis of Nacho's character arc up to Season 5. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like if you liked. Have a great day, and remember, make it a good day for someone else. Until next time, this is the Malmadius, signing off.
Zafiro Añejo. Miren, hasta la botella es una obra de arte.
Oh my God, did we drink the entire bottle?
No, yeah, we didn't. Hey, cheers.